Hello. Okay, first of all, first of all, an update on regarding the past situation that I had, like in the last video, that was pretty much made in a some sort of panic attack. Notably, I talked to my dad, and he tells me that he's not moving out of the province or like the local area that I'm currently living in. So, problem solved, I guess. I guess the that solves things by itself, and probably I don't have to worry about anything much other than that. Then I gotta still live perpetually with my dad for the time being, and somehow I'm still not gonna leave my roots. So good, I guess. But that out of the way. Happy Pride Month, everybody! I figured I could do like a little segment monthly on this channel called the HRT Diary Lite or something like that, where I explain how my HRT has been going, how my MTF feminizing HRT has been pretty much doing. And as a light version to the counterpart that is already exclusive on the Goon Fund by now, which contains like very explicit imagery about that and how the physical progress has been going on. But consider this like a light version of that. If you want to check out the HRT diary on the Goon Fund, it's down there in the down link, the link below, or something like that. So you can notice, maybe my face isn't that much round. I think I tapped off my roundness with the face or something like that in the Goon Fund post. But like in general, my facial hair has been like so like disappearing every time I shave, and it grows less and less. So it's very noticeable that every time I shave, there's way less facial hair than I used to have previously before HRT. So it's not like like the facial hair is growing instantly, loads on like every time I shift after like an afternoon or something. There's just less and less. I can notice probably a little bit of the softer skin around my facial hair. That's kind of good, I guess. So that's extra point for that, I guess. Another important change is that's kind of minimal but still important is the roundness of my cleavage or my breasts. In some way, I feel like my boobs, or like what used to be my man boobs before HRT, are now rounder and have rounder nipples and like are puffier and everything, which is, I mean, that's kind of convenient if you want to know, at least have a little bit of progress in that term, but it's not much in comparison to later months in HRT. So, I mean, it's not much, but it's still appreciated. So, good for that. On another term, I want to especially talk about the psychology part of the HRT because that's the most euphoric part of everything. I don't know how much will I last on this video without getting, I don't know, demonetized or shadow ban this video on YouTube or something like that, but I'm going to go with it. It's stale. I don't really necessarily give it that much of a shit, so there's something about it. So like, I've been experimenting like kind of more explosive orgasms every time, and like I like my whole body is starting to rock out like heavily and more and more every time I have an orgasm. And it's not like this the like the buzzing feeling in my groin or something like that, but it's like my whole body shakes, and that's like part of the euphoric part, is that it feels like a female orgasm at some degree. Like it feels like a woman's orgasm more like it, and I feel euphoric about it because even then, after I orgasm, I tend to giggle just a little bit, like maybe somewhat unintentionally or somewhat like subconsciously in a way. So like, you know, in some sort of satisfaction, and that's I think that's the most euphoric part about it. It just feels better. It feels better to come. It feels better to come at this point, an orgasm. It's just like, wow, okay. And especially in terms of psychology, I've been feeling a little bit more romantic about my partner, and like who's on the other side of the pond, by the way, which I'm not gonna I'm gonna obviously keep it private for the sake of her privacy, but like, I'm feeling more romantic about my partner are more lovely and godly and everything like that. Even though we're in like long distance, right? I still feel like more listening to tracks like Ghost He Is, or like a playlist where like there's ballads or Slipknot Snuff, or maybe some pop songs which are romantic in nature. I kind of feel more like it, and in some way or another, it's positive that I feel this way, because previously, before HRT, what I used to listen to the most is like the Jim Funk that goes like boom, 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 like that, that sort of thing, which is not. I mean, it's great, I guess, but funk is it's a bit too aggressive for my late tastes. And I've been considering like so like it's basically like my whole Spotify listening trends is like being affected so much by this like mentality going on in my head, but of being more romantic and lobby and shit, which is, I mean, it's kind of convenient, that's for sure. What else do I need to tell you about this? Like, I mean, the thing is, my psychology is getting affected the most, because I think I start feeling like I feel better about myself. That's the obvious shit that you should probably know. I feel better about myself, and I stop hating myself so fucking much. And that's the another euphoric part, is that you finally get to be whatever you just wish to be, and like what you really are. That's the main point, and that's why a lot of these psychological traits, like the loviness and like the godliness and like the romanticism and all that sort of stuff, come all together as a consequence of like feeling better about oneself. Maybe, probably, I'm not expert psychologist, but that's what I feel. So that's the HRT diary for June 2025. I wish you a happy Pride Month. It's gonna be like the first full month of HRT, and just I guess that's just about it. I'm gonna see you on the next video. Like, the content is gonna keep coming at some degree in some way or another, so stay tuned for that. Next video is about Duolingo. It's gonna sign up for that, eh? Fuck me.